Hello friends, good week. Vladimir here with you, and this is the last weekly review for 2011. And just a minute, just a moment before we begin our next exciting year, 2012. This is a weekly review for 18-19 of December 2011. As you know, friends, and as I always said, we are in the middle of December. Well, we are close to the end of December. Well, as you know, the volumes are getting much lower. So from the middle of this week, I recommend to get out of the markets, or at least keep very small risks. Why? Because, well, the volumes are getting lower, and the moves during the day might be just painful. As for example, as on Friday, up down to take stop losses one after one for the short-term traders. And well, we don't want to risk all our hard-earned profits during the last year just because of not needed trades, right? So we are getting ready for the end of the year, and we're going to discuss about some possible trades for the last days. Since this Thursday the volumes were officially going down, as we are just in front of Christmas. They should be back around the 27, 28 for several 1-2 more days. When I say they, I mean of course the traders, the big traders. And out again of the markets, get ready for the New Year celebrations, and then they most likely are going to be back around the 4th, 5th of January back to the market. So friends, what trades do we have and what we are going to watch for the upcoming week? First of all, the euro dollar. Well, if you take a look on the daily chart, first of all, don't get scared of this gap. It's not a gap. I just re-downloaded the history to test some things on the chart, so don't worry. But if you take a look on the last move here, you can see that first of all we have a long-term divergence, which means the euro dollar, actually the euro down move, is limited. That's what we have here. Now the only question is how limited it really is. And if we take a look on the chart, you can definitely see the euro dollar is aiming to create well, this leg of up move, this wave of up move, kind of flag, kind of some pattern, and possibly break down. The break below this pattern could take the euro all the way back to below 129, around 128.70 area. Around this area approximately we have stiff support area, which can be seen also on the weekly chart. This is the one, as you can see just right here. Very stiff support, very important area. Not just that, we also have a weekly trend line just meeting us all the way here. We also have a weekly divergence in the beginning of its creation. So the only question is how deep the euro dollar can go, because based on the chart it's all limited, and I believe that this is exactly the situation that get ready to buy. Get ready to buy. I mean for long run, not for short run. Look for possibly lower lows around 128.70, maybe a little higher, 129. That's the area I recommend to start looking for your attack. If it does make the stop and create a bullish patterns, just go in. If it continues to go lower for the next support, for example 127.70, maybe lower, just look to add more, as this move is going to be limited, and once it ends, the up move will take us all the way back for around 3, maybe even to 7, yes, to 700 pips up. Why? Take a look on this trend line. Just imagine, right, it does go to around the 127. Just imagine this situation, and then retrace all the way up again during the next during the next weeks, all the way through January, for example, always through January, which means from this area to this area we have around 700 pips. That's why I tell we have a lot to expect for the euro dollar. Go now for 4-hour chart, right? And you can what you can see that the euro dollar is trying to go higher, and you know what, it's good if it does go through the last high, through 130.60. If it does break it, it's probably is going to aim around the 130.130, 131.50. If it does go and reach this area, I believe this will be the area to look for the sell, intraday short-term sell. Just follow this possible divergence, beautiful 1-hour divergence. If it continues and follows the prices here with this divergence line, just look to sell around this area. It could be 130.150, it could be a little lower, around the 130.130, or even lower than that. Just look for this rise, look for this divergence, and look for the sell. Once it happens, for the short term, we will be looking for the last wave down and then to attack the euro dollar for buy, for based on the long divergence we have. That's the plan from the short to the long term for the euro dollar. Let's go for the euro pound. Also amazing pair. Based on weekly chart, we are going much lower, right? Based on weekly chart, we are going much lower. Let me just erase the unneeded lines. Let's see what we have here. First of all, a broken trend line. Ooh, finally. But now we have our support area. First of all, 083.50. Then we have around the well, I would say 082.50, maybe a little higher, right? Then we have one lower, just the spike area, 081.50, sorry. So this is very extreme area for the euro pound, and as lower it goes, the deeper the move will be. And I expect the euro pound, the deeper it goes, I expect for a trace for around also 200 to 400 pips. And that's how we are going to look. First of all, we can see that we have new possibly low on the MACD. Well, if it's not you, at least that's the same low. So what we could do for the euro pound is to sell rallies. We go for 4-hour chart, and if we do see little low, then a rally to create 4-hour divergence. If it follows this move to create 4-hour divergence, we are going to sell the rally and we are going to continue the down move, because the down move could take us for lower lows and then to make all way big retrace. Remember, the lower it goes now, it will follow the 4 hours divergence we have, which means once again we are looking to sell the rally for the next low, and then to buy the euro pound all way back for in between 200 to 400 pips. That's the plan for the euro pound. Now I want to discuss about the gold. Also very interesting situation, also very nice one to follow. First of all, a broken trend line. As we all remember, we had a trend line broken just right here, right? We have also a bearish trend line that follows us. Now look, I expect the gold to make some move, and we have two scenarios to follow the gold for any possible move during the next days. First of all, let's take a look here on this chart. This is a morning star. Morning star is less reliable pattern when it comes with divergences. Did it come with divergence? No, there is no divergence here. There is no divergence. It's a convergence. The price is following the market. So it's not a divergence, and that's a morning star, which means the gold could go higher. How we can enjoy it and until where it could go? First of all, we can see, once again, you see these lows here? Once again, also lows on the histogram and moving average and all other indicators. Means we are in a bearish market. Did the gold finish the down move? Most likely no. How we are going to join it? We have two scenarios. Scenario number one, going up. And we are going to sell a rally if it does go up. We are going to sell the rally, right? We have several levels I will discuss about it. This is scenario number one. Scenario number two will be if the gold will continue lower to around the 1530, maybe lower to around the 1510, 1500 maybe, right? To create here a possible, something like that, up, down, to create here a possible continuing divergence for around this area, and then bam, all the way back for at least 70, 100 points. We have two scenarios. Now let's explain each of them. Scenario number one, we are going higher. How higher? Break above the 20 MA, retesting it most likely, break them together above the RSI 50 area, and taking us to around the 1620, or maybe even higher for this area 1650. Everything is possible here. When it does reach one of these areas or in between them, we are going to look for the 4 hours divergence, something like that. Just imagine and try to follow me, right? Try to follow me. All right, let's call something like that. All right, then a move or to this area or higher. Higher highs here, lower highs on the histogram. Sell the rally for the down move. If this scenario happens, we are going to look for in between 1620 to 1645.50. That's the area we are going to look for possible divergence. Sell only if you will have the 4 hours divergence. If it does not happen, and if we have the down move, right? If we have the down move, as because once again we have for now continuing, hidden bearish divergence. That's what we have now. We still don't have a bearish slope, and we still don't have a cross down on stochastic, and no patterns on the 4 hour chart. So what we can do is go to 1 hour chart and look for to sell there, and on 1 hour chart we have continuing divergence. So if it does go higher to around the 1620, maybe a little lower, look for this continuing divergence on 1 hour chart to make the sell, to continue the divergence and then make the full retrace down. If the bullish and then bearish scenario does not happen and the gold immediately turn down, look to buy it again around the 1530 area, maybe a little higher, or around the 1510, which is the next stiff support area, as we might then have here a bullish slope with a possibly bullish continuing divergence like here. So that's two scenarios for the gold. If it does continue from now lower, we are going to have stiff retrace after that immediately. If it follows first of all the up move and then the down move, right, we are going to look for the divergence on the daily chart to be created, and then and only then to join. Remember, the weekly chart trend line is still holding. On previous weekend I discussed with you about this trend line. Remember, if it's going to break, we are going all the way here. Friends, we are here. Target is reached. Alright, that's regards the gold. Let's take a look on the euro franc now, and as I also have here bullish expectations, as because the Swiss bank promised they are going to keep the euro franc high. So how high? We have a support here around the 121, and we have a 20 MA of the weekly chart, and we have our RSI 50 area. Most likely it's going to hold. Let's go for daily chart, lower for daily chart. What do we have here? We have a support area just right here as well, and a possibly bullish divergence also. Let's go for 4 hour chart. And now we are talking. We have this area, and 121 clear as supports. Each of them is a support. Possible up move, lower lows, and continuing divergence for 4 hour charts. If it follows this price action up, down with a MACD histogram divergence, look to buy the euro franc. Look to buy the euro franc just right here for higher move, for up move, at least all the way back to 120 to 60. Although I believe it's going to make much higher. That's the plan for the euro franc. Euro against the Canadian. Well, on the club we just started to our attack based on the investor style, as we have here lower lows, higher lows on the chart, and we are aiming the 20 MA at least. 20 MA of the daily chart, that's the one that should be reached. If you are still out, right, we have here a trend, oopsie, sorry, that's not the line. We have here a trend line. Look for this line to be broken, retested, and join up, move again. 163.30, 136, sorry, 136.30, 136.50, should be possible target number 1. If it goes higher, we could expect the 138 again. So definitely a lot to follow for the Euro Canadian. And friends, these are the trades I recommend to concentrate on this week. Once again, remember, we are now in December. We are getting closer and closer to the holidays. Holidays means low volumes. Low volumes means keep low risks if you trade. If you not trade, friends, I wish you right now, right here. Also, I will wish you, of course, next weekend again also, but I do want to wish you and your families and your friends and all the people that are really important for you the best holiday. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. I will, of course, follow you next weekend and will wish you the best again, but just from the bottom of my heart, thank you very much for amazing 2011. Thank you very much for following me, for being with me, for supporting me, and let's together make 2012 even better than it was in 11. Thank you very much for your time. I wish you best week and good luck and good profits. Yours always, Vladimir. Bye bye.